In a dusty village nestled between hills and rivers, life moved slowly. Birds sang above clay rooftops, children ran barefoot through fields, and old men told stories beneath banyan trees. One summer, a traveling circus arrived. The villagers gathered in excitement. For many, it was the first time they'd ever seen such wonder: acrobats flipping through the air, jugglers spinning fire, and music echoing into the evening sky. But one young man, curious and quiet, wasn't drawn to the flashing lights or loud cheers. His eyes wandered behind the curtains, to what the crowd never saw. There, behind the tents, stood giants. A line of elephants. Majestic, broad, and powerful, creatures of legend and strength. Their ears flapped gently in the heat, and their trunks swayed side to side. But something puzzled him. Each elephant was tied to a short wooden peg by nothing more than a thin rope. No cage. No chains. No guards. Just a flimsy rope around one massive leg. The young man tilted his head. How is that possible, he thought. These animals could crush this tent with a single step. Why don't they move? He stood there, watching. Minutes passed. The elephants shifted slightly, blinked slowly, but didn't try to leave. Not one. His curiosity grew stronger than his hesitation. He approached one of the trainers, a man with sun-leathered skin, worn clothes, and a calm smile. "Excuse me," he asked, "can I ask you something?" The trainer nodded. "These elephants, why don't they break free? That rope, it wouldn't hold a calf, let alone them." The trainer's smile deepened, as though he had heard this question 100 times. "Ah," he said gently, "it's not the rope that holds them. It's the memory." The young man furrowed his brow. "The memory?" The trainer sat on a wooden crate, motioning for the young man to sit. "When these elephants were babies, we tied them with this exact rope. Back then, it was enough. They were small, weak, even. They pulled. They tugged. Day after day, they fought to break free." He paused. But they couldn't. The rope was too strong for their tiny bodies. Eventually, they gave up. They stopped fighting. They learned to stay still. The young man looked back at the elephants, silent, unmoving. The trainer continued, "And now that they're older, stronger, powerful enough to drag a truck, they still believe that same rope is unbreakable. They've accepted a lie. They've forgotten their strength," the young man whispered. "No," the trainer said. "They never learned it." The young man left the circus that day, but the image of the tied elephants never left him. He thought about it on the walk home. He thought about it when he lay in bed that night. And then, he thought about himself. He remembered the time he failed an exam and decided he just wasn't smart. He remembered when he spoke in front of a crowd and stumbled, and stopped trying after that. He remembered when someone told him he'd never make it, and he believed them. He thought about all the invisible ropes tied around his own dreams. How many times had he stopped trying, not because he couldn't, but because he thought he couldn't? We are all elephants in some way. Tied not by reality, but by memory. Held back not by our current strength, but by past wounds. Maybe it was a childhood failure. A harsh word that took root. A rejection that made us stop believing. A moment where we tried, and didn't succeed. And we told ourselves, "I'm not good enough. I'm not ready. I can't." And we believed it. We still do. We live small because we were told we were small, once. We stopped dreaming because someone laughed at our dream, once. We stopped speaking because someone silenced us, once. And the rope still holds us. That rope is no longer real. The only thing holding you back is the belief that you can't break free. But you can. You're not that child anymore. You're not that failure. You've grown. You've lived. You've endured. You've built strength in the dark, even if you haven't noticed. You have everything you need to pull free. To try again. To rise. To become. So the question is not, are you strong enough? The question is, will you try again? Because freedom doesn't come from someone cutting the rope. It comes the moment you realize the rope was never stronger than you. Moral of this story: don't let the past define your future. Old fears, old failures, old opinions, those are not chains. They are only memories. And memories don't have power over you unless you let them. Subscribe for more motivational stories.